can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the Florida Atlantic Owls, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the Stanford Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Durant. Gets it across the 20 to the 21 and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. So Stanford's offense will have first crack at this one. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
Man, it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that...
Oh, he's got some space. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. They'll give it to him again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. The sweet feet buy a little time. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Going the other way, and he's got room. And it's going to be a pick six. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown.
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There is tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Looking downfield on first down. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the gun, they'll try the middle. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. Stanford at the line, needing to convert on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Durant. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Durant. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
I like the idea of going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's second and long. Wants to go up top. strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Throws to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Hoping to pick up the first. Here comes Stanford on 4th down. Sends it back in motion. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver.
Touchdown, Stanford! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Owls offense will go to work for the first time. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Florida Atlantic trying to get back on the ball. Right back to the well. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Catch in the middle. It's Card. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Pocket breaking down. Complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Alford. Here comes the heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find it. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And he gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Rides the back and leaves it. Got the first down and more. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of
pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And really kind of a Jekyll and Hyde opening drive for the defense in the game. They've given up some yards, and they've given up some big plays, but they've also got 2 sacks now already. So a little bit of back and forth. I think you're looking for a little bit more consistency from this defense now as the game develops.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. The holder's going to line it up wide at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Just drives it between the uprights. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. And guys, Florida Atlantic has the edge. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. That's caught. It's Johnson. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Creates a little room. Turning it on. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Stanford going back to work with another first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll move the tight end. Off play action. Catch in the middle. It's Durant. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
They're going to sit back in zone. I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Stanford quickly to the line. The give on the option. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. They're going to ride this running back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Unloads it left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
You know, if you're going to complete some of these deep crossing patterns, the offensive line has got to be able to hold up, because you know that receiver, it's going to take him time to get where he needs to be. So everybody up front really has to do a nice job of creating a clean pocket for the QB to throw from. Really good execution.
Quick completion on the out. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. And the Owls backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. And the defense expected the run, and they got it. No gain. He just gets it back to the 2.
Yeah, on offense, this is a tough place to run the football. Back in your own end, the defense is expecting you to do it, and that's why they're loading the box. This is a great opportunity to take a shot down the sideline to your best wide receiver in a one-on-one situation.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Alford. Looking deep. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Got room on the return. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
Stanford hoping to pay off this red zone opportunity. A first down for the offense. To the air on first down. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Cardinal.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
He's got the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. To the air, it's Alford. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The Owls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll throw on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And the returner goes down. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll off one deep down the left side. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And that should be enough to give Florida Atlantic the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Alford. He's not afraid to go deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Looking to throw on 1st down. He uncorks one deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
The play action fake. Rushes on him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They've already gone for it a couple of times on 4th down, converted once. Looks as if they'll try a 3rd.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. This is the new wave of offensive thinking, going for it 4th and long from their own 47.
Delay of game. Offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Annapolis and an intriguing Military Bowl. And this 2nd half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating 1st half. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Military Bowl.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Stanford will kick it off to start the second half. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. Give to the back. Find some fresh air. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. And the Owls are in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. The Owls now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Finds his tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Wants to throw. It's Alford. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Looking to throw on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
They'll try the run. Powers through the defender.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Florida Atlantic comes to the line on first and goal. He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. On third and goal, they'll throw it. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And that one will give them the lead.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Stanford wants to push the pace.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
There he goes. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down. He's got his man. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Hands it off. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Durant. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Off the play fake on first down. Good run. There's the pressure. Got him downfield. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looking for a man. It's Alford. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, oh! And they take it in for 6 more points. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Going downfield for the big play. Snatches it on the right. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Snagged in the middle. It's Durant. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
1st and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Snagged out of the air. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Trying play action. And the pressure gets to the quarterback. Down he goes, but that penalty marker sitting right at the line of scrimmage might be offsides against the defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
Touchdown, Stanford! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And listen, if I have a playmaker at running back like that with that kind of speed, yeah, I'm going to throw the swing to him too. He drops back, surveys the field. He says, I know my guy can make a play, gets the ball in his hands right now on the swing. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. To the air. It's Alford. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. Stanford quickly to the line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Max looking for the goal line. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Wants to fire on second down. Touchdown, Cardinal! Fit it in the window for the score. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. A strike downfield. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. To the air on first down. Fires to the right. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got a man. It's Durant. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Cardinal come to the line facing 3rd and short. He'll do it himself. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Stanford looking to convert this 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the 4th quarter.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Snags it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop. Stanford wants to push the pace. They'll go up top on second and short. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. Inside the 40. Inside the 30. The tag. Touchdown, Owls. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play of the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Johnson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. Now let's see if they can pull this one out. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. To change this route. He's going to throw deep right side. Pulls it in down the sideline. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. Off the play fake on first down to throw. They're working that left side. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. They're looking to throw on second and short. Throws to the wideout. Looking to get it in. Perfectly thrown ball. Nice catch. Good tackle, but it's first and goal from the 5. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. Touchdown, Stanford! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. With that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Florida Atlantic trying to line up quickly.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. Getting late, pressure building, huge third down coming up on the road for this offense. Scanning the field, it's Alford. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Gets the back moving. On 4th down, going to the air. Makes a catch, 1st down and maybe a lot more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
Well, that is a play that we're going to circle. If this team is able to fight their way back and win this game, that one was huge. 4th down, picking up the 1st, getting some momentum and keeping this drive alive.
They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'll try to power their way ahead. And it looks as if Florida Atlantic will have enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Card. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
You know, people like to make fun of quarterbacks, call them soft. They're nuts. He knew he was going to get drilled and still deliver the ball.
And I love the fact that he knew where his answer was against that blitz. He saw man coverage on the back end of that and immediately knew where he had to go with the ball.
They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. It's Alford. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the 4th quarter for the touchdown.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Got his man downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got out of trouble and throws. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Under fire. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. He wants to throw it again. Working the middle. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a 1st down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Man, I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Pulls it in. It's Durant. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Here on 3rd down for this offense. He's looking downfield to throw. He's got an open man. He'll his way down to the 28.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Caught, close to the marker, it's Durant. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a 4th quarter lead. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Cardinal! And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the offense gets the ball back. How lucky are they? 5 points of pressure, high and tight. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. And they get him down. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game.
Got to give this defense tons of credit. How good have they been on the back end in coverage? Just feels like every time this QB has thrown the ball, it's been contested. They haven't given up a lot of yards, and they need to continue to be great in coverage with the lead in this 2-minute situation.
Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game. But it all comes down to this play right here.
Gotta have it here on 4th down. Bring in the heat. He's going to take off. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Stanford.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. The ball hits the ground, and this thing is over. An absolutely heartbreaking loss. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing.